But I'm curious for you I have no doubt over the years, you've probably run into some of the similar challenges I have, where through your own experience, you've seen some of these seemingly contradictory things as a leader. Mm-hmm. You can't care about them as a whole person. This is work. You need to just focus on the work. And it's like, but if they're not well as a whole person, they're not well at work. And so my job as a leader is to care about them as a whole person so they can be the best version of themselves at work. Some of these seemingly things that historically have been, that's not it. And that's not the employer value proposition. Mm-hmm. You come, we give you a check, you go home, and that's your business. How have you navigated helping influence and shape some of that? Because it's not easy.
No, it is not easy. It's a two-way street. The employee themselves have to want the desire to be able to grow. They have to have a vision for themselves. So you have to have that. You cannot take an employee that is completely disconnected, checked out, and completely sort of abrasive to all notions of what corporate America is. It's not going to work. So you need to have the want and desire on the part of the employee. On the other side, you need to have leadership that can spend the time and invest the time to be able to help that employee achieve what the vision is that they have of themselves. And if their vision is just doesn't reconcile with the vision of what the organization has, the leader's role is to help them sort of revise that vision. It's a two-way street. When you do that, you will have a perfect, fantastic equilibrium that allows the employee to benefit, the department to benefit, and the company to benefit. You need all the players sort of in equal harmony in order to make it work. I've had individuals that came in and could not appreciate the fact of the flat hierarchy. They just couldn't. They're like, how can I be on the same level as a paralegal? It's like, well, you are. I mean, that's just the bottom line. You're compensated differently, but it is what I can't do that. So they can't do it. And there's other employees that come in and they just don't have a vision for where they want to be in the future and such. But I've had incredible people that came in at point A and I got them to point Z, and it's beautiful. It's fantastic. It's like art.
It is. It is. It's something, if you're a leader and you haven't experienced it, there's a beauty to it that I don't know that maybe music can describe it, right? Going back to maybe you and I, Arash, need to write a song. You can pull some of the, famous people that through Fender, and we'll get some musicians to write a song, because I agree with you. There is a fantastic symphony that happens when this stuff works right. And what I love about what you said on this, and I think this is an encouragement to leaders, individual contributors, and those responsible for growing and developing leaders and individual contributors, is there is this shared responsibility with this. And it's about finding that equilibrium that comes with this, because similarly, I've had employees over the years that no matter how much you create that, it's not there, and they burn up in the atmosphere. And you go, and as a leader, you have to know that's going to happen. There are going to be some people as a leader that no matter how hard you try, that equilibrium's off, and you have to be able to accept that and not take that as I'm failing as a leader. And sometimes that's an emotional burden to carry. But I think also as an individual contributor, you have to recognize the responsibility and the role you play in that. And you can't just wait on your leader to fix this for you. But and I've just seen over the years, having spent my whole career in this space, companies swing the pendulum from, well, you own your career, it's all on you, to, well, it's the company or your boss's job to grow your career. And neither works. Neither works. You have to find that middle ground.
Absolutely. Fender is probably one of the few remaining companies that actually manufactures by hand its products in the United States. For the most part, most manufacturing has left the United States.
Yeah.
When you take a look at that, this conversation that we're having becomes particularly important and significant, because as the United States transitions fully into more of a service-based, informational-based economy, these types of considerations become absolutely key. It is our competitive advantage if we can embrace them, and it becomes our downfall if we cannot. I think right now, you have a significant amount and a percentage of the workforce that is just questioning the fact of why the heck are we working? That's a
What am I
problem.
doing? What am I doing right now?
That's a problem. That's a if your workforce
That's
is
an existential crisis that
absolutely
has to be addressed.
So we need to address this. We need to sort of stop and think. And it's important to make the quarterly numbers. It's important to make sure the stock stays up and such. But if we can't answer this question, we're gonna have a problem, a significant problem, because manufacturing is gone. So many of the routine tasks are leaving. They're gone. Most of the back office accounting functions and accounts receivable, payable, etc., data entry, gone overseas. We need to connect to humanity and figure this out.